Hello, and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie. We are a studio in shambles. The screen is off now, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a screen. Well, first of all, the first thing that happened is our backlight, not to break the fourth wall here, went out. So we ordered a new one today. So it might be a little moodier than usual. A little more of a noir Kump episode. That might be fitting for certain reasons. You feeling noir?
I feel a little noir.
Yeah, I feel a bit Third Man. Orson Welles, Orson Welles from the 80s though. Just, doing ads for snow peas and slowly collapsing into death. And then our screen goes out. The computer we use to run, we shouldn't need a whole computer to just have a picture on a monitor. There's got to, if anyone knows of a device, I can look it up on Google as well. But everyone happens to know, you can comment. There's a little digital card reader that displays through HDMI. That's all we need. We don't need to have a whole computer causing climate change just to show the logo of Kump. There's got to be a better way. Greta Thunberg is going to have us executed if we keep this using a whole computer to display a stupid image on a stupid monitor. Maybe we should get some people have like a nice LED, not LED. What do you call that? What do you call it? Neon, neon light sign. We should get it carved into wood and then stained with blood. What do you think of that?
That'd be nice.
That would be sexy, right? That would be vampire shit. We could really do some numbers with that.
If we use baby's blood, then Greta Thunberg will give us a medal or something.
Wait, so because I'm not into that. I want to be clear, but I want to approach this top. So
I like Greta Thunberg.
I got no beef with her. She would have me killed once if she got to power, which she probably will in some level. She's gonna have me strung up and say, "Remember in the 2010s when Empress Ocasio-Cortez talked about the cows and their farts? Look I present to you the Kump, the next level of climate change. The Kump must be wiped out."
In a kind of summary of your sins.
Yeah.
She'll just show pictures of mountains of empty Dr. Pepper cans.
Yeah. I'd be like the Inquisition. I'd be like, I regret nothing. I regret I only have but one mouth to drink Diet Dr. Pepper. But yes, so we need a new device for that. So we're a little technically, but we're here. We're here. I was gonna do a little rhyming thing, but that's not right. Hello. It's 1 second. So another issue here. So we have the noir aesthetic, and our insides are noir.
Yeah.
Because we did the Patreon earlier today. This is our second episode of the day, recording like content creators that we are. And Lucie had the great idea to get some Greek food. She said, I'm going to get some Greek food before we... Greek food.
That's how I said it, yeah.
She said, I'm going to get some Greek food before we do this episode. And I got a spinach pie. You got a spinach pie. I think we're fighting the clock here in regards to getting like food poisoning.
Yeah.
Like, we're here for you now, but just know that as you're watching this, because we'll already be in the throes of it by the time, well into the throes of it. We'll be recovering perhaps by the time they see this episode from a horrible night, like that night when I was poisoned when I went out to dinner with a certain journalist, and I ended up just evacuating through orifices in my bed. Fever dreams. Greek food. But it's fine. How do you feel right now? We drank some Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have the effect on me that it has on you.
What? Pepto-Bismol?
Maybe I should just drink a whole bottle of it.
I drink a whole. I mean, my stomach's bigger than yours, so I assume. But you don't need to. But yeah, I just chug it. I don't do the little cup and go, oh, this is what they told me.
A little thimble.
I don't do the thimble. I chug Pepto-Bismol like it's whiskey and I'm a drunk, right? And I don't do it all the time. You know, it makes your bowel movements like black. So you know, it's disconcerting. You forget you took Pepto-Bismol, and all of a sudden you're like, "Do I have cancer?" And then you relieved. You go, "Yeah, I probably do, but that's not what this is." So yeah, I mean, are you still feeling kind of?
I'm not feeling great.
Yeah, we're not going to fight in the Olympics right now.
Yeah,
fight in the Olympics. But we're fine.
It's a terrible Greek place. I don't know why I always remember it being good.
It was good. I used to get food from there all the time. I did get food poisoning there once, I think. But that's also because I got 2 gyros. I put one in the fridge, and I ate the second day, and then I got sick. So who knows if that's my fault? I got sick from them last year, too. So maybe they're a bad place.
It's possible they're not good.
It's tasty, but that's not worth getting food poisoning. You ever had food poisoning?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had it.
Yeah, stomach virus?
Yeah.
Same idea. I mean, I guess it could get worse, but in my experience...
Oh, wait, I have had food poisoning.
You did?
Yeah.
So where did that happen?
I was doing an open mic at the Village Lantern, and I had shrimp tacos.
Well,
and I ended up throwing up in Grand Central. In the middle of Grand Central.
Well, like on that like weird seal on the floor?
Like in a garbage can.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I threw up in a garbage can at Grand Central.
So you were just like, you were enjoying your post open mic stroll through New York, and then all of a sudden you just.
Well, I was kind of rushing back. I lived like a little bit outside of the city at the time. Mm-hmm. So I would kind of like do a mic and then rush back to Grand Central to catch a train. And so I just ended up throwing up in the middle of the Grand Central food court.
Was it busy?
In the garbage.
Was it like a packed Grand Central?
It wasn't super packed. It was probably around like 9, but people saw the show.
People were there at 9. Yeah. Wait, so the garbage cans have lids, right? Or they're not just like open cans, right?
They're open cans with like, but it's a little hole.
So you're just going into the little hole. You're like peeking over this little hole, like aiming into it.
You've got to really get in there.
Wow, that's exciting.
That's actually I've done that twice in Grand Central.
Really?
Thrown up.
What was the other thing?
I was pretty sick. I don't think this was food poisoning. I think I was just pretty sick the whole day.
Yeah.
And as I was coming back, I actually thought I was choking for a second.
You thought you were choking? What? Yeah. You were vomiting so hard you thought you were choking?
Yeah.
Did you not feel like you were like going through the throes of vomiting?
Well, you know how sometimes you get nauseous and you kind of feel like you're about
and someone chokes you?
You know how sometimes you get nauseous and you kind of feel like you're about to throw up, but you think like, but you kind of gird yourself against it. Like it's like
sure, I try not to hold in vomit, but
I did, and the vomit just kind of got stuck in my throat.
Oh, so when you thought you were choking, you knew it was vomit.
I was like, I guess yeah.
Like you weren't like, oh my god, why am I choking? And then you realized there's vomit. Like it was more like oh, more fool me. I tried to stop this vomit, but now it's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
You thought you were? Were you informed by like people like Kurt Cobain or like Hendrix or whoever who choked him there? What I'm saying is like, did you like in your head did you not kind of like? Did you have a lapse and you kind of didn't like? Am I gonna die like them? Not realizing they were passed out from drugs and alcohol, and thinking you could just choke on your own vomit like standing up.
Oh, look! I knew that I needed to get that vomit out of there.
Sure, but were you afraid that you were gonna like choke to death standing in Grand Central?
I knew that choking on your own vomit was a risk,
but not when you're standing up.
Usually, not when you're conscious and standing up.
I don't even think when you're face down you can choke on vomit unless you fill the cavity in the floor with it. But I mean, But that's. I'm sorry you were afraid of that. I think you would have been fine.
I started doing the choking sign.
Really?
So people would see me.
You wanted people to Heimlich the vomit out of you?
Well, I was. It was the closest to choking that I had ever been.
So let me. I don't want to make light of this. So you first you feel like, oh, I gotta vomit.
Yeah.
And you go, I gotta hold this down. Your body says no. You start to vomit involuntarily.
I start to what I think is vomit, but then nothing's coming out.
Oh, so you were dry heaving.
Well, no. I had vomit in my throat.
Oh.
And I was trying to kind of heave over and get it out, but it wouldn't come out.
You couldn't get the vomit out?
I couldn't get the vomit out.
I never heard of this.
Yeah. No, it was really weird. And I started doing the choking sign, and a guy actually came over. Uh-huh. And as soon as he came over to me, I felt it coming up, and I vomited it out.
So you were like, it went through this. Oh.
Pretty much.
That's amazing. That's gotta be studied by scientists. Did you go to a doctor afterwards to figure out what?
I mean, I knew that I was just sick. That I was just
but why? How long was it where? I've never tried. I've tried to vomit when I would go to White Castle at 5 a.m. and they go, that was a bad move. I'm gonna regret this later. Let me just deal with it now, and just and then you're trying to vomit. And sometimes you can't force yourself to vomit right away. But I've never had vomit coming up and not get out.
Yeah, no, it was really strange.
What color was the vomit?
It was brownish.
Like normal vomit?
It was basically the color of what I had eaten.
What'd you eat?
Sesame tofu.
Ah. But you don't think it was the food?
No, I don't think it was food.
Okay.
Because I had been feeling kind of lousy before that.
Yeah, you thought I'll go get some sesame tofu. It'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
And bad move.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no Greek food for us for a while. I mean, I love Greek cuisine. It's not. But this particular place we go to, I don't know if we should go back.
No.
I've had 3. To be fair, I feel pretty much fine. But I don't like the idea that I have to worry every. It's like playing Russian roulette every time we have a goddamn gyro. But yeah, in general, spinach pie. I thought it was a reasonable, healthy option. Maybe not. In hindsight, it didn't seem like it was healthy.
No.
But we are trying. We go in the gym every day in the mornings. We talk about that in the Patreon and how whatever we get into misadventures at the gym. I'm doing low whatever, but dieting. You want to hear my fucking training regime? Whatever. Point is, I've been trying to get more active, not just the gym. We go to the gym every morning. I punch the bag, right? I do the treadmill.
Yeah.
But I want to be more active during the day. So what do? I have a Nintendo Switch. I've been using it to play games like Metroid Dread. I've been playing Zelda, but I said, why not use this to my advantage and get more active during the day? Not necessarily not replacing the gym, but go on some adventures and move around the apartment.
Yeah.
So I think we mentioned before I have the Just Dance game, and I'm dancing along to this weird. You said you were scared by the avatar, right?
Well, yeah, they're kind of like these ghosty guy. They're in some kind of reggae fashion.
Well, not always. It depends on the style of music.
And
the one you saw, it was some kind of trip hoppy kind of thing, and the guy was in with those puffy jackets and a reggae.
But they're like ghosts. They have no faces.
Well, they're supposed to be you.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's trying to capture your soul to give you soul, so you can dance. You can't dance if your soul can't dance. Or at least mine can. I'm a stiff mayonnaise boy, and I need this phantom ghost to teach me how to move to the weekend or whatever. So I have that. And that gets you sweating a little bit. That gets you moving. And then I got another game. I had to return a tuxedo to the mall or whatever, in Brooklyn. And there was a Target there. So I stopped in, and I got something called Ringfit Adventure. Now this, I think I had mentioned it earlier, or maybe a different pod, that I thought this was a hula hoop at first. I thought this was a thing you kind of like just put over your body, and you just kind of hula hoop with it. That's not what it is.
No.
It's a strange wheel that you kind of push in, you pull out, and it's kind of, you were trying to do the peck thing with it.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, not for me, but for you, you're a small person. I can push the wheel in. But here's and it was going fine. Here's where we got into trouble. I got into trouble. There's a leg strap. I know what you're thinking. Oh, what? The leg strap didn't fit in your fat leg, you fat Kump? That's not the issue. I mean, it might be related, but they make a strap. It's adjustable in size. It fits over my leg. The problem is it's asking you to calibrate the goddamn system. First, I got to take the wheel, rotate it like this, move all sorts of gyrations. That's fine. Then it's like, go run in place. And I start running in place, and it works. And then it starts asking me to run faster. And then at this point, the strap starts falling down my knee. And I keep trying to keep it up, and it goes inside. Maybe, yeah, I'm sure if it was strapped to like a, Rafael Nadal's leg, it would have something harder to grip to, and it wouldn't drift when he ran. But it did. And I started, how would you describe the situation?
You, to put it mildly, lost your temper.
I lost my mind. I started screaming at the top of my, and it wasn't planned. It wasn't to be funny. Just invoking the video game to commit suicide. I was just, kill yourself. I was so enraged. I'm throwing this wheel. I'm just fucking spitting. I am just sweating. I got a workout just from how mad I got. I was just, every time I tried to adjust it, it would drift. This thing is a menace.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Look.
Were you scared? Did you think I was gonna hit somebody? Thank God we were alone in the apartment.
I just remember because it's also like the sort of light video game music,
right?
That you would think it would go along with a fitness game with sort of. You were like, fuck this.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Just so I haven't been that mad in a long time. I mean, just the rage. Because maybe it was the music. It was the music going like, just do this. It's fine. It's not working. And you don't need the leg strap for everything. That's what made me so mad. It's like, just forget. Give me an option to skip this part. Now you can do a la carte things where you go wheel, then you pick something else and do something else with the wheel. But that loses momentum. Give me an option to skip something if it comes up if I can't do it with the strap. But because it's the whole thing. You're supposed to be something. I don't know. They say it's an adventure. I think I'm fighting dragons in this game or something.
That's true. We didn't even get to the Ring Fit Adventure.
I am so mad. I want to fucking push a wheel in with a wizard yelling at me. And no, wizard, you will not pass. And I'm just pushing in a wheel, and I'm pulling out the wheel, and I'm spitting, and I'm struggling. And it wouldn't let me. It's demoralizing. But then I got Mario.
We were so excited.
We were.
You were very excited to show me the Ring Fit.
You came home. I think we were out drinking with friends.
Yeah.
And you were like, you came home. You're like, oh, what's this? You were so excited. You got the Ring Fit. And it was like you were having a nice night. You had a little buzz on probably. Yeah. And I come home like, it's not fucking working. I got a Ring Fit, but it ain't working. The nice Friday night vibes. Yeah. Nice chill vibes. This fucking cock's Ring Fit. So that's a fun night.
Do you think you'll try the Ringfit adventure again?
I'm going to have to. I mean, I might have to develop a new strap or like Velcro it to my leg or maybe drill it into my leg. I mean, what am I using my leg for anyway? If anyone out there knows how to drill into a bone, I would love to just drill right into my femur and have a little socket there. And that's not just a ring fit. I would like to have little attachments for my body. You know, like a phone holder on my forearm. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be nice.
How cool would that be? I mean, the gun hand is the ideal forever. And that, we're not going to rest until we get the gun hand. But short of that, I feel like it should be possible in 2021 to just drill a hole right here and then put like a tripod mount or whatever, or like a socket, and I can put accessories into my arm. I'm not talking about stupid smart stuff. I'm not talking about like microchip in my arm, but they're starting to microchip people. They're experimenting with that. Why did we skip over putting sockets into our body? I'd love to have attachments. Like why not sunglasses? Why not have little fucking things here, little brackets, and then you put sunglasses and they have to be on your ears. You know? That'd be so much better. I gotta like worry about my ear and then it fogging up, and then that way you could kind of actually put like the glasses like further out, like here, right?
Why would you want to put the glasses further out?
Because sometimes especially when you're wearing a mask, they fog up, right?
I guess that's true, yeah.
And so I could get an attachment. Right, here's the thing. Maybe there's a socket right here, too. It's a little less sightly, but whatever.
Speaking of masks.
Yes?
You could have cheek holes.
I could have cheek holes.
Cheek sockets.
Yes. I mean, I don't have to worry about my mask drifting down and sagging. And this would be amazing. Drill a bunch of holes in my face so I can attach accessories. What's so hard about this? Is anyone out there like a handyman? Can we have someone from TaskRabbit? We have to go on TaskRabbit and just find a guy who's like, I'm a general handyman. Anything you need, I can basically do. Okay, here's great. And we email him. We go, hey, I saw your ad. General, you can do anything with a handyman label. Jack of all trades, which is perfect for me because I got a jack for your trade. I need you. And it should be pretty routine for you, man of your skills, just to drill a series of holes into my face, femurs, arms, and dick. And these holes need to be compliant with various universal socket connectors. And which he'll know what that means.
Right.
You don't have to know. Don't worry about what universal socket. That's a term. Trust me. It's not. But like all tripods have basically there's two tripod mounts. Like, you know, I mean, it's not like there's 1,000 of them. As far as like the big screw that the head goes on to. You know, I'm not saying I want to mount the camera straight into my arm. I'm saying I can mount a tripod head onto my arm, and then the camera goes on that. So I still have a fluid head, and I can be holding it like this. This is exciting. I don't need to be cyberpunk. I just need to be like socket punk. Socket Kump. I'm socket Kump. I mean, imagine if you could just put a attachment face onto me with a different man's face sometimes. Wouldn't that be nice? Or you could be talking to me. You know, some of your family lives out. A lot of your family lives out of state, don't they?
Some of them.
Sure, yeah. Some of them do. Here's what we do. We develop a new kind of LCD screen that goes over my face, and you could do Zoom calls, but I'll wear the face mask, and then you could chat with this person, but it feels like you're talking to a person. What's wrong with this?
No, nothing's wrong with it.
We could use it for...
We're not going to force people to get the holes.
No, I'm using the holes. I'm using all the holes. I'm saying is like, no, for your benefit. I'll wear the, like I'll be playing Nintendo and you go, babe, I need you. I'm going to be talking to my brother later. I need you to wear the rig so I can talk to him and feel more, connected. Like it's talking, because no one wants to talk to a computer screen where the computer screen's attached to a body.
So it would be your body and then the iPad with his face on it.
I mean, I feel like look, that would be Gen 1. But I feel like we'll develop a custom, like, relatively face-shaped, like at least an oval screen that'll mount directly into my face.
Yeah.
So it won't be.
So I wouldn't have to just say, oh hi, great to talk to you. I could actually give my brother a hug.
Yes. Yes. And I'd be getting the hug.
And he would be on his side with his girlfriend, and she'd be wearing my face rig.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I could have an earpiece in my ear with him, and he'll it's not gonna be Everett. I'm not gonna say he'll talk, but there could be options like give hug, say ew, I don't want to hug you, whatever.
Right. I feel like it's maybe 2 months until this is used for virtual child porn, but.
Virtual? Who wants? Wait, what?
Virtual child porn.
Virtual. So what does that mean?
There'll be some guy who will create like a child rig for someone's face, and guys will have their wives put on the child face rig.
Okay.
And
is the child actually around?
No,
or is it a fake child?
I mean, look, if it was a real child, it would probably be illegal.
Oh, for sure.
That would get outlawed pretty quick.
I hope so.
But if it was an imaginary child.
Well, I don't know how the imaginary child. So someone's also like animating a child. Look, I'm not into any of this. I don't want my product used for that. But if you're going to come at me and say.
I'm sure Nietzsche didn't want the Holocaust, but here we are.
All I'm going to say is like in that scenario, I mean, that sounds better than a kid actually being molested. That's all I'm going to say.
Look, it surely is.
Right.
But,
so I feel like my invention still might have helped, even though it's not what I wanted or intended or wanted. I'm still a good man. I mean, what would happen, though? Like, I'm not going to say about you and me because that would be weird. But hypothetically, boyfriend and girlfriend. The girlfriend wants to talk to her brother. Not us. Right?
Right.
And then so they put this special mask on. And then again, it's not us. So I'm not making this is hypothetical. And then how weird would it be, though, if the boyfriend and girlfriend were having sex while she's talking to her brother?
It would be really weird.
Right?
It would be incredibly weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
It was a bizarre thing. I don't know who's being violated more. Everyone involved is just it's insane. I don't know why I thought of that, but I just thought like what would happen if or like you're talking to your mom but you're having sex with someone.
Right.
And why would you do that? Again, even if it's just to multitask. But it's still so bizarre. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, but wouldn't their mom still be on the phone?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's super awkward.
Yeah.
It's not at all cool. It's not chill.
Yeah.
But I still feel strongly about my invention. I think it's a good invention. What other kind of attachments do you think I could get? I mean, look, we happen to be boyfriend and girlfriend, lovers.
Yeah.
I get a vibrator dildo thingamajig. Yeah.
To strap onto where? Oh, on your fist.
I mean, I have all these options. I have a socket on my knee, one on my femur.
Yeah.
That's why I have a socket on my dick. But also,
you have a socket on your dick?
I said that before. I want a socket put on my dick.
Wouldn't that be more trouble than it's worth, though?
What do you mean?
I mean, just having a socket on your dick all the time.
What if you got to hold a flashlight? I'm saying, sometimes you got something low and you want a flashlight. You're like, all right, and instead of having to bend over and hold the flashlight. Oh, let's say you were.
But what about when you're being, when you're having an intimate moment with yourself? Would your hand be scraping the socket all the time?
It's like maybe the dick one will come with a cap, a skin type cap. It'll hook into the socket. It'll be an accessory. You have to pay extra for it. Mm-hmm. But it's like buying any kind of bracket. But this one's just a piece of skin type material that clicks into the socket, and then maybe you keep it on most of the time. And so when you're jerking that dick, it's just soft.
Right.
As soft as you like it. And also about that being said, maybe wait. So that's one option. But another option, socket right here. Socket there. Connect and get connecting. I'm not scraping nothing.
Right.
You get it? You see in the picture. I'm trying not to say the words about the socket is hooked up to my dick and my hand at the same time, but that's what but that's what I'm implying here.
Right.
And so you wouldn't need to scrape anything. I don't know. I mean, you can either go for the nice skin cover, or you can go for the socket hand to dick thing. Which do you prefer?
Maybe socket hand to dick.
Why?
Well, because then the idea is you could have a device, right?
Well,
how would the socket on the hands work?
I mean, it's just like a mount, and like you'd have like a little. So like to connect it to the dick, there's the two female connectors, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's my hand, it's two females, and then you get a little nub that goes into one, and that nub hooks into that one. Yeah, you getting in there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
No, like that's a solution.
Like this is a mount, right?
Yeah.
This microphone's got a mount, and this thing mounts into it. Same idea.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You can connect anything. It's like Lego. I'd love to, and maybe I can mount, like, you could build stuff out of Lego. We'll sell kits. We'll sell little, like, we'll have our website that, we'll have all sorts of little attachments and like generic pieces. You can come, people, you're going to be shocked when you go on the Reddit for this company that I make and see the ingenuity of people on the internet and what they've developed with my system. It's going to be inspiring.
Right.
I mean, you're going to see autism patients, or people with autism, or Alzheimer's patients. They're going to put an attachment for people with Alzheimer's with just a little dossier of the people close to them. And it's going to hang right here. So it'll screw into their head, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be a rod sticking out of their head.
Right.
And it'll be an angle. And there'll be basically an index card.
It'll just be like red hair, blue eyes, daughter.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Saving lives.
It's a good system, yeah.
Quality of life.
Lots of reuniting of families with this.
Your father was an empty shell until I came around. He wasn't even your father anymore. I taught him how to be your father. I mean, honestly, we can go a step further, because I was thinking just having like an index card, maybe a chalkboard, like in the Trumpet of the Swan. That's a great reference. But maybe it could be a little digital thing, so he can go, oh, that's like a picture, and it'll come up. It'll have... This is a premium package. Only wealthier people with Alzheimer's can utilize this.
Sure.
But there'll be a little camera on it too, facial recognition, and my little device tells you that.
Ah.
So it's gonna see your dumb daughter, and go, "Oh, that's my daughter," and then it's gonna and it'll have options like she likes to be hugged, or because you're not gonna remember. This device is gonna be telling you. It's like the movie Memento. It's just gonna be telling you things.
Right.
He had the tattoos telling him what the stuff was, but didn't jog his memory. So this is what it's going to be. It's not going to cure Alzheimer's. It's just going to be that this guy's going to be like, oh, that girl's my daughter? Okay. And it's going to briefly, it's going to make Mission Impossible a dossier. It's going to be like softball. Has a series of bad boyfriends who hit her.
Now, what if there are stages of Alzheimer's towards the end?
I'm not aware of that.
Right.
But go on.
Where people forget how to chew their food and stuff.
Okay, so there you go. So the camera will recognize various types of food, cereals, hot dog, whatever, and it'll say, "Hey, here's how you chew this." It's gonna have this little screen will show a picture of like a model.
Yeah,
going, This is honestly the greatest thing that's ever been invented.
Yeah,
this is gonna make your father love you again, or pretend to. As far as you know, he loves you. He doesn't. He doesn't know who you are, but he's gonna fake it. I mean, he's gonna have to flash constantly Remember, you have Alzheimer's. You're the problem. You forget that. It's just going to be constantly. The default screen just says you forget things. So yeah, can we sell this to the military?
I think we can.
Cool.
Yeah. That we could send people with Alzheimer's into the military.
I would love to just look, everything's been taken away from you, but there's still time to be a hero. And we're
going to turn you into a bomb.
The military's gonna bastardize this instead of it being like daughter, likes flowers. It's gonna be like kill this man, shoot him, and instead of point like this, pull this trigger. This is how you pull a trigger. Oh man, we've already ruined. Now it's a net negative, unless they're killing only the bad people, which.
Yeah.
Military's always doing, huh?
Right.
Always just killing the bad guys. Mm-hmm. Any other attachments you could think? A Dr. Pepper attachment?
For sure. You could have a little... I
mean, honestly, wouldn't you love...
You could have a little synth attachment.
I would love that. I mean, have a synth come out here. I mean, wouldn't you love to just have right here? And I'm just holding it. It goes right back there. I mean, amazing. Yeah. Right, my shoulder. For those listening.
Now, sometimes, like with tattoos or whatever, if there's a kind of like a socially acceptable amount of tattoos.
Sure.
And there's a place where it kind of goes too far.
Yeah.
Where do you think the sockets go too far?
11.
In our future society.
Anything more
than 11.
Anything more than 11. You can have sockets everywhere. Because you can get skin caps for all of them. It's not like a tattoo. You can get plushy little skin caps. Made out of rubber or like a skin-like material, so they won't be too noticeable. So I don't want to put a limit on the sockets, but 11 attachments at a time. So you have your monitor over here, your Dr. Pepper on your shoulder, your Alzheimer's head bracket, and like 8 other things. But after that, it starts to get a little like, what are we doing here? What are you trying to prove?
Right.
I mean, your shoes could. Don't forget, we're trying to monetize this because people buy into this system, and then they forget. Like, oh, it's like when you go buy a car, you're like, what kind of car do I really need? Well, don't forget you drive this amount and whatever. I'm not a good salesman, but the point is, but for this I am because they're gonna go, well, how many sockets do I really need? I mean, you wear shoes, don't you? Socket right there. There's 2 sockets.
Right.
You wear pants, that could be a socket. Instead of wearing, wouldn't it be nice on a hot day, instead of actually wearing pants, just to have like things that cover what pants cover, but the wind's coming in your asshole and it's getting ventilated. It's nice.
It is. That would be nice.
Yeah. And how would you do that? How would you have otherwise like a cover for your ass and pose of your dick, or whatever you got down there? That like was separate from that was out from your body. You couldn't. No. What would hold it up? The brackets hold it up. The sockets. That's what does it. I'm selling you on a lifestyle. You can finally get some ventilation in your asshole. I like that. I don't know if I crave that, but I'd love some asshole.
I feel like it's more of a male problem in general. But
having a ventilated asshole.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just nice to feel the wind on your ass.
Yeah.
Whatever. Trying to throw me into the bus.
I'm just saying, women get to wear skirts. Well, I mean, men
you're right. You
get to wear skirts.
Look, it's not a perfect world out there, and so some people don't feel like comfortable wearing them. One day we can all just wear skirts and feel comfortable in them, but not yet. And I will monetize that lack of acceptance with my bracket socket device.
We have to sell brackets for women.
What do they do?
They're just like
pink. They're just pink brackets.
Just pink.
Yeah. They give you breast cancer.
And like maybe they're softer.
Sure.
They're like the pelts, the skin pelts are like extra smooth.
I mean, I gotta be honest. You just gave me an idea because the bends will be rougher. You know how you played guitar before? When you play guitar, what happens to your fingers?
You get calloused.
Right, but what happens if you don't play all the time? You lose your calluses.
Yeah.
You get sockets on your fingers. You put your callus tips on, and now you're playing guitar.
It's
great.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine, and you could even if you wanted to be like a tool, like a loser, but still give me money, I'll sell you chord brackets. So these are special ones, and they it mounts to all 5 fingers at once, I guess, or maybe one in the middle of your hand. But it does the motion of a chord on the guitar, so you can just literally not have to do anything. You just go, This is like revolution. This is the greatest idea ever.
Yeah.
It's going to cause a lot of bone cancer because we're drilling straight into the bone and we don't really know what we're doing. If you hit marrow, is that a problem? I feel like it might be.
I feel like hitting bone in the first place is a problem.
Doctors screw things into bones all the time, but we're not doctors.
Right.
So I don't know. But then again, have you ever seen a surgery happen? I haven't really seen surgery in real life, but I've seen videos. A lot of times they're just taking a mallet or a hammer and smacking on goddamn pelvis or whatever. Well, you ever see them put a fake?
I'm not sure if they're simply pummeling a pelvis. With
Have you ever seen them put a fake hip in? They're hammering it. I mean, I'm sure they're a little more precise than I would be, but how precise can you be?
This is how we get Dr. Death. This level of arrogance.
Well, I'm not.
You're gonna be a Dr. Death.
I am just attaching devices to bones.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Look.
It's basically like plastics. It's really no different than plastic surgery.
Exactly.
It has more utility.
Yeah, it's plastic surgery for people who do things. Right? Not for like people who just want to be seen looking like cats or whatever. All right, so this is nice. This is good. I mean,
like cats.
This is. I mean, look at. Speaking of brackets, this week's Batman, which actually isn't a Batman. It's the same idea because I don't want to necessarily. If you see, this is Bane from the Last Night on Earth Batman.
He's a big boy,
which is the future, right?
Yeah,
and. It's the one where we brought up on the show, a different episode when Batman's in a straitjacket. Uh-oh. There we go. You can see here, this is Scarecrow. You get him separately. This is a Build-A-Figure.
Does Scarecrow have no legs?
Exactly. This is the future, all right? I'm trying to explain something to you. This is Scarecrow. He's like a weird phantom, and he's got this, he's got an autoerotic asphyxiation mask on, I guess this is. And this is Bane's just like in this version, just a big galoot. It's kind of like Master Blaster from Mad Max. But you can see here, this is how he attaches to Bane. It's a peg in a hole, right? This is our bracket right here. And now he hooks on and he rides Bane around. Uh-oh. How do I get him back on? Here's the thing. This is a build-up. You have to buy all 5 figures in the set, or 4. And they come with the different pieces, like his legs and his arms and stuff. And then you put the Bane together. People hate this figure because unlike all the other ones, when you put it together, like if I move him, if I try to articulate him at all, his legs will fall off. He's not very well designed.
Yeah.
But he looks cool. And he's a great example of our bracket system in motion. That's
another bracket system right there. Your loved one loses their legs.
You have a paraplegic. Here's what you do. What are they going to do? Rolling around in a wheelchair, dragging their useless legs? Saw those legs off, put a bracket in their gut, put a bracket in your back. You're now a couple again. You go play paintball. You go eat Korean food at a Korean restaurant. Anything you want. Have sex with other people. You can have sex with someone while your wife's on your back, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it's great for cuckolding. It'd be amazing. Do it to a baby. Put the baby in your back. Screw baby Bjorns.
Right. Yeah.
You're never too young to have a bracket installed into your bones. That's the way I see it. People might say, "Oh, your bones will grow." Fine. Every 6 months, we'll unscrew the bracket and drill a new hole in your bones. Whatever.
It's just like shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoes get old. What are you gonna do? What do you think of this? Separate from the bracket issue. This Bane.
It's really cool. But Bane is very big.
Yeah, he's very big in this one. I mean, he's always a big guy. He's got the venom that goes through his. Bane is the guy, if you're not familiar, he was in The Dark Knight Returns, played by, who was his name again? I always forget his name. Ed Musgrave. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy played him. He's the guy in the comics. He breaks Batman's spine at one point, and then some other guy takes over and becomes like a murdering machine. And so Batman has to come back, and I'm not sure what I don't think he kills the guy, but he's like, you gotta stop being Batman now because you're too mean. But this is a different version of Bane. It reminds me of us.
Yeah, a little bit.
I could see you riding around my back like this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We should be a Master Blaster kind of, team.
That'd be amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
And you could have all the metal spikes that you throw at people. And I'm just, my job is to just run into people using my weight as a battering ram. And then you're doing the finesse stuff with the knives and the throwing stars and the shurikens and tampons,
Right.
Just throwing stuff at people.
That's amazing. So what happens? Is this actually a plot point in the comic books? Like, does Scarecrow?
It's a very fuzzy.
Seduce Bane or mind control him?
I kind of forget exactly how that works. I think he kind of controls him. Yeah, well, he's a kind of mind control kind of guy. Yeah. But it's like a weird, like Batman wakes up in a mental asylum. And then the Omega Batman's running shit. It's a very weird comic, Last Night on Earth. It's cool art. It's kind of cool. This is the same thing where Batman's walking around with Joker, his head in a jar, and Joker's talking to him. It's crazy shit. You want to fact check the logic of this universe? Bizarre things are happening. If you could pick one person from history to have their legs sawed off and then mounted onto your back, who would it be? Helping you out, giving you advice, whatever.
Maybe like Anne Frank.
What? Wait, hold on. I can't think of a worse answer than Anne Frank. I mean, what is she doing for you? She'd
just be like, she has a very her diary.
Anne Frank
has a very optimistic tone. I feel like she would remind me to look at the world with a sort of childlike innocence.
First of all, you only think that because they cut all the sex stuff out of Anne Frank's diary, I think. Not about sex stuff, but I think there were. I've heard that there was like sexual, smut.
All the better.
My point is, she was a normal girl. She wasn't some optimist. They edited that thing. Is my point.
Well, look, they edited stuff out.
She probably said like, "This sucks living in an attic. Fuck my life. Fuck, this is awful. Oh, I wish I could not do this." And you should. We shouldn't fetishize some fake version of Anne Frank that the Anne Frank book publishing industrial complex.
I don't. I'm just saying, Anne Frank, with all of her foibles, I would love to have strapped to my back.
I don't know what I thought you were going to say something like Plato or like Descartes or Thomas Jefferson or look, someone like Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman would be cool too, but I would feel kind of bad having
sawing her legs off.
Yeah, having her strapped to my back.
Well, that's why Thomas Jefferson's like a better because he had his faults, but he did enough bad things that saw his legs off. Yeah, right. It's a good.
I almost said Carl Panzram, but I think I also answered him when you were talking about who would I carry around with his head in a jar.
I mean, this is even worse. That one led to you getting killed by other people. You're gonna mount call, but the first thing he does is slit your throat. What are you talking about? You picking the worst people. I would pick Oliver North.
Who's Oliver North?
He's the guy who went to jail for Iran-Contra.
Why him?
He just seems like he gets into adventures. I mean, imagine having Lee Harvey Oswald. Sharpshooter on your back. Yeah, I mean, one of the Bush presidents.
One of the Bush presidents?
Yeah, Bush 1 or Bush 2. Whatever.
Why?
I don't know. They're president. I mean,
you really want George W. at your back?
Well,
maybe George H.W., but George W.
No,
H.W. doing his dumb paintings on your back, using your back as an easel.
H.W.'s doing watercress sandwiches and it's just boring. He's just not telling you about how he killed Kennedy because he's still a pro. But George W. Bush, don't you remember? He's the kind of guy you want to have a beer with. Well, now you can. You just have a beer. It'd be amazing. I'd love to just walk around with George W. Here's what I'd love to do. I want to do a comic book of me having George W. Bush mounted on my back, but here comes the depth and the subtext, and we have to do a walking tour of Iraq and see his handiwork up close. And he can't turn away because he's mounted to my back. That's something. That could be a story.
That could be a story.
This is
Do you imagine him learning his lesson in the end?
I don't know. I would drown him in a trash can full of gasoline at one point, but not on purpose. I'd be so tired. It's so hot in Iraq, and I would fall back into a trash can full of gasoline, which I assume for some reason in my head Iraq just has open trash cans full of gasoline, like as if like gasoline just comes down like rain. Anyway, he's not going to make it through the end. But I learned valuable lessons.
Oh, good.
And they inform me on my journeys. Yes. So we were talking, or we'll move on, I guess. Yeah. Do you have anyone else you want to potentially add to your back? Besides, Holocaust victims? I don't know what. I mean, if you.
I have a good one.
Okay.
Maybe like Ulysses S. Grant. That'd be a good one.
Why Grant?
Well, he's tough and he's also wise.
I don't know how wise he was. He was just a brawler.
Well, he's a brawler, but he was also wise.
I don't think he's a big drunk. He had the benefit of not being a complete gutless general, and so he here's the thing: the Union should have won from the beginning in the Civil War. They had all the reason, all the resources, all the soldiers, the numbers. They had every reason to win. And the ineptitude of all these northern generals is why Lincoln hated them so much. He's like, can I get a goddamn general who fights? and stumbling in comes Grant, drunk off his ass. But yeah, he wasn't afraid to get into a brawl. But I don't know if he was wise.
Oh, that's another good one. I would have Mary Todd Lincoln strapped to my back.
I mean, a woman who lost 4 sons by the time she was 30 years old.
And went insane.
Yeah.
I would like to just have like a crazy lady strapped to my back wherever I went.
And how would that benefit you?
Screeching and wailing. And then, okay, so in this scenario, I'm single, right?
Sure. I mean, you will be single.
I kind of imagine using her as sort of like an unwitting wing woman, where we come into a place and she's just ranting and raving, and I kind of like look at a guy I think is cute, and I kind of like look at him like, like she's kind of crazy, huh? And it's kind of like I look good by comparison.
Interesting. But he has to take her, like she's coming home with him.
Wait, so you can't unmount them from your back? You can't like put them in a corner?
Look, I'm not. No, you can't.
Okay, yeah, sure. She can stay.
All right. I mean, you're going to find a certain kind of guy. What happens if, here's a problem. Some guys, the kind of guys who are going to go home with you with Mary Todd strapped to your back, Mary Todd Lincoln.
Yeah.
Are going to end up, she's going to say something crazy, because they're going to be bad men themselves. They're going to slit her throat, and now, per the rules of my scenario, you're walking around with dead Mary Todd Lincoln strapped to your back the rest of eternity. It's not great.
Look, it's not ideal. I don't know if I buy that they would slit her throat, but sure.
Choke her. These are not good guys. They're going home with a woman who has Mary Todd Lincoln bolted to her back. These aren't like Rhodes Scholars or Greenpeace captains.
Well, I don't know. Abraham Lincoln fell in love with her.
No, well, she was mounted to some other chick's back. This is absurd. You realize in my scenarios, it was never.
Yeah, but in this scenario, I'd also be like, it wouldn't just be the look. Like, I would also, when we started talking, I would be like, yeah, she was a great first lady, before she went insane. I have a lot of respect for her. I wouldn't just be throwing Mary Todd Lincoln under the bus.
I mean, the kind of guys who are going to accept this aren't going to know who Abraham Lincoln is. This is false. I mean, you've picked a mad woman who's going to be saying the N-word.
I don't think she's going to be saying
she's a maniac. She's a crazy person. She's just gonna be like saying it, and I mean, whatever. I mean, it's gonna be so awkward. Anyway, moving on. This is a weird one. I don't know. We were talking. We were talking in the Patreon episode that we recorded earlier about Kyle Rittenhouse and his trial, and I commented that he was, kind of gotten a little fat. A little fat.
Right. Yeah.
And it got me thinking, like, I don't know how my mind went here, because people were saying, like, some people thought he was, like, maybe the people he shot who attacked him thought he was an active shooter, right?
Right.
And it all came into my head like a soup, and I wonder, I have a question to ask.
Yeah.
Do you ever think we'll have a mass shooter situation, a mass shooter wearing a bikini? I assume like a woman, like a hot woman.
I'd be shocked if it hasn't already happened. I mean,
what do you mean?
I know that there are only a handful of female mass shooters out there.
Are there any?
Yeah.
By themselves?
I mean, look, I think it's like when you look at like the definition of mass shooting.
I'm talking about Columbine. I'm talking about like Sandy Hook or whatever.
Right.
I'm talking about real, like going to a school, going to a crowd, Mandalay Bay. I'm not talking about like 3 people got shot in a drive-by. That's not a mass shooting.
Right.
We all know what we're talking about. We're talking about the peculiar kind of thing that pretty much started with Columbine and has been going on for like 20 years or whatever. I'm not talking about like there happens to be like gang violence or, this is a different thing. It's not good, but, like a mass shooter.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like the idea of one.
Yeah.
But I feel like in reality it wouldn't be that cool. Like it would be like an ugly, fat, crazy-eyed woman
right.
in a bikini.
What if she had a hot body? But not great face.
Like kind of a haggard face.
Like she was a girl who like wasn't treated well because she was not a great face. And that's not great. You should. And I'm not trying to justify mass shooters like, they always have a reason to justify it. I'm just saying. But in her mind, as twisted as it is, she said, I'm going to flaunt my body as I do this and get shot in the end. Like, they're going to see what they were missing.
Do you imagine this happening at a school, like at a workplace? Like
probably like a college.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, maybe if you
I
had
don't want to inspire anyone to do it.
Maybe if you had like a frat party, and maybe it's the fraternity where she was, mocked.
Oh God, stop! We should stop talking. We're giving someone ideas now. This is problematic. Don't shoot anyone in the bikini.
Look, this is storytelling.
Of course it is. I'm so nervous about inspiring someone to do a mass shooting in the bikini.
I mean, look, I think there's a reason why women generally don't do like huge mass shootings.
Because they're bad aims. They don't aim well. Because they're scared.
I think just men. This is something that, for whatever reason, it seems like men do usually.
Yeah, no, I agree. That seems to be the case.
I mean, I just don't see her. I could see a woman maybe hypothetically doing this. I don't know where the bikini comes in. I don't know where she starts thinking about the bikini.
I can't justify this question at all. It just occurred to me, and then it dawned on me, and I wanted to put it in the world.
Don't do this.
Don't do it.
If you have sort of an ugly face and sort of a hot body, don't do this.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say don't do it at all ever for any reason. Wearing it.
Well, look, a girl with a hot face and a hot body isn't gonna do it.
Sure, but regardless of what you're wearing, don't shoot people.
Yeah,
that's the Kump disclaimer.
Don't go out and shoot somebody in a bikini and then like tag us.
Here's the thing. If you are a woman who has a fantastic body and not so great face, instead of shooting people, you get my bracket installed in your forehead, and you put the screen, the oval thing, and you get a new face.
Perfect.
And you get different faces every different day. Different days get different faces.
More lives saved. You
get a professional face, and then you get a slut face, and then you get a trying to get wifeyed up face. Yeah. All sorts of faces. So there's options for you. We're saving lives here.
Yeah. Sockets.
We've been watching a new show. It's not new, I guess, but we're watching this Castlevania show which I enjoy. You enjoy.
I like it.
It's very gory. I'm sure you've heard people say it's good. It is good. It's fun. It's irreverent. Is it irreverent? I don't know. It's crazy. And it's also, it seems like The Last of Us. They got a movie coming out, live action, or a show.
Yeah.
You know, then you got the Mario thing. There was a controversy a couple weeks ago with Chris Pratt. People are mad that Chris Pratt's playing Mario.
Why are they mad about it?
I think because he's just not a voice actor. People fetishize voice actors. Like,
yeah, but it's like you never know who's a voice actor. Like, I didn't think Bradley Cooper was a voice actor, but he did a great job on Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, I'm like, you should have gotten the guy who did Teletubbies to play Rocket Raccoon. I mean, honestly, it's like there's no reason for him. He didn't even sound like Bradley Cooper.
Right.
But he's good. Rocket Raccoon is great. That's in the Avenger, the Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
So, but people got, I don't know, they're mad because Chris Pratt is, everyone liked him at first because he was, now they hate him because he's got money.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're fetishizing voice actors. A lot of them seem just just because they're ugly doesn't mean they're better actors. I mean, not all ugly. Some of these voice actors are actually, good looking people. I don't know why they didn't get into regular acting. Maybe they're bad at moving their arms. But then another scenario, man. What kind of games do you think would make a good show or movie? Because they seem to be doing a lot of them.
They should make a BioShock movie.
They might be doing that. That would be cool. BioShock is a cool game. I was thinking more along the lines of Tetris. Like, can we make Tetris into a movie? It's just a guy, but it's not like it's a stupid Pac-Man thing movie or whatever. This is just a guy in a prison with a bunch of blocks of those tests. And it's just like they electrocute him every time he doesn't get it right. And you got to put the box in. And so it's actually just a guy playing a version of Tetris and being harmed, but not in real life. He's an actor. But but it's called Tetris the movie.
No, we should just do this in real life.
No, that's mean. That's awful. That's harming people. You want to take everything to the 15th level. What else we could have? What games did you like as a kid?
I mean, I liked Ocarina of Time.
A Zelda game. Who should play Zelda in your mind? Or Link?
Oh, maybe like that.
Link.
Oh, Link.
Yeah.
I know who should play Zelda.
Who?
That girl with the
Zoe Deschanel.
Not Zoe Deschanel.
She's just going like.
She's very pretty.
Let's go. I'm so awkward. Oh.
That girl with the crazy bug eyes from the Queen's Gambit. She should be Zelda.
Sure, give her every part, I guess. Who's playing? Who should play? Link is Aaron Carter. Good old. Is he still a relevant person? I don't think so. But
no, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber should play Link. Would anything make the internet meltdown and like with people that might start like all this whole about race or ACAB or Antifa versus the Proud Boys? What really would cause a civil war is if you got Justin Bieber to play like that would really that would light the world on fire.
Yeah.
And then Ganondorf would be Jeff Ross from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh my God.
I can't believe Link's here.
Jeff Ross. It would be a Jeff Garland. Right?
Jeff Garland, I'm sorry. Jeff Garland. Jeff Ross. I can't believe you're Link. Look at this. I'm Ganondorf. I used to play a game called Burger Time. We had to like run over different ingredients in a burger and drop them down.
Oh, I used to do that.
That could be a movie. But it's just about guys making hamburgers in a factory.
Yeah.
And then they fall in love with each other. Two guys. They were romantic burger factory love.
Yeah. Forbidden
love. Just because like they have no dating policy. So it's forbidden love. Any other games that would make good movies?
Well, over the pandemic, I liked playing Among Us, but that's basically based on the thing.
Yeah,
so it would have to be like Among Us the movie, and it would be like the thing.
I'm talking
but with
about
little spacemen.
I'm talking about like Marble Madness.
Marble Madness was a great game.
Yeah, make that into a Marble Madness was that game where you kind of control a marble as it went down this labyrinth. That's just the movie. We literally just screen cap someone playing Marble Madness and we animate over it and pretend it's a movie. we put some music over it, and then we'll have you with Anne Frank on your back superimposed into some of it.
Yeah.
Revolutionary.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add, or should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
We got the Patreon. You can sign up for that. We got the link in the description. You get an extra episode every week. $5. It's a great deal. Everyone loves it. You can't go wrong. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Kump. We'll see you again next week. We'll have a new light. Have a great week.